Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Yo, good evening, dude. I didn't realize we were already friends on Discord. Did we have an interaction? How
Uh,
come we ended up friends on Discord?
I think what did we do? No, I was in your stream before. I was with Sam and
Oh yeah, did we have like a round table
Doug
like
maybe?
two
Yeah,
years ago
like
or
something like
something?
that. Yeah, it was something like that. Oh,
Oh, nice.
do I need to use my camera, by the way?
Yeah, I want to put you on screen here just so everyone can see your beautiful face.
Oh, you flatter me.
All right, there we go.
See it is.
Yo, there we go, boys. It is Paul from Team APS.
Howdy, howdy. Thanks for having me. Wait, okay. How long have you been streaming, by the way?
I am at 30 something just now, 35.
Dude, I don't know how you do it. Jesus Christ. That's
Don't worry, there's only like one day left. We're good.
Well, wait, I thought it was like where like you don't stop unless like people let you stop. Like,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, they're gonna let me stop in like a day or two.
Oh, okay. I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, they're just gonna stop subbing. That's how it works.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I got you. Okay.
So yeah, it's been a while since we spoke, but man, I don't even know, man. You're like a whole other channel now. Well, not like content
Man,
wise,
I
but I
know.
mean,
I get what you mean. I mean, honestly, same like for you though, because I mean, like I feel like the last time, like we just talked or whatever, like at least like in a like something like this, what was it, maybe like 2 years ago? I don't know.
yeah,
How is just like you're doing a subathon now? Like you're like that's crazy. I feel like that's just like insane. Like
I
how's
guess we're
Twitch
all.
been?
Yeah, Twitch is amazing. Honestly, I mean, I wouldn't say I transitioned away from YouTube, but I mean, it definitely wasn't my focus anymore because I don't know, live streaming content. It's just more my thing, I guess. Than
And no, I feel like 100%. Like you're really good at it too. Like I honestly feel like if it wasn't for you specifically, I don't know that like Yu-Gi-Oh on like Twitch would be like this. Like just as big as it is, like, you know?
Well, thanks, man. I appreciate that. But yeah, no, there's definitely some up and comings. Kevin's got super good numbers. He did a subathon for like 3-4 days. MBT's
Yeah,
like regularly
I was on
over.
his. Yeah. That's just you guys are X can live stream. It's too much, but you're
It's
good
not
at
for
it at
everyone.
least,
It's
so
it's a real. It feels like a real like marathon, because you have to keep that energy for like hours at a time. But it's it's fun. Like I really enjoy it.
let me see how I gift subs on here so I can just go ahead
Oh,
and get
whoa,
that out of
chill.
the way. I was under the impression that was like how it had to work, right? You just get in here, you just gift
No,
some
no, hang on,
subs.
dude. I need to stop in a few days. Remember?
Oh, well, I know, but I mean, hey, if you want to stop your stream, I don't have to gift these subs. Okay, hold
um,
up. Wait, I'm figuring it out now. Anyway, you can keep talking. I'm just figuring out
yeah.
how I'm
So,
gonna.
you're Paul from Team APS. In case anyone didn't recognize or remember, Team APS is a channel which is very strange because I've never sat down and properly marathoned all of your videos like I usually do with other creators on stream, and that's not like a personal thing or anything, but what
Oh
is
no, save
very
yourself the
clear.
trouble. Oof.
Sorry, what?
Save yourself the trouble.
I think what's something that's very clear is that your content is super tailored towards casual players, and you do an insane job of, hey, there he is, dude, 10 gifted from TVPS. Thank you, Paul.
Yeah,
That's
we'll
very
see where this
generous of you.
goes. I might have a few more for the people. We'll
Um,
see. No, but yeah, casual content. Like honestly, I feel like definitely it's been more fun. Like I try to do that and just like have a, you know, like have a good time with Yu-Gi-Oh! At least like where I can. I mean, I do think that like sometimes I miss doing more just like kind of more like I guess I don't know what you would call it, like hardcore stuff. Like I don't know. I feel like I haven't like talked about like a ban list in like years or like anything. It's just kind of weird.
it's so
It's not
free.
bad. It's just like
It's so
weird.
free.
That's true. Yeah, people love their ban list talk. Like
Yep.
I feel like it's evolved from like at first it was just like, okay, here's what I think will happen in the ban list to like now people are like known for like crazy ban list reaction. And then there's you where like you're like reacting to ban list reactions sometimes. And I'm just like, this is just
Made it really
it's
meta.
all just like this crazy circle.
Yep. Um, but going back to what you said about the casual content, like these like just basic structure deck duels, just like random pack pulls and stuff. I mean, it has that allure, and it really pulls people in, and like
Yeah.
your number, it's absurd, like 400K. That is massive for Yu-Gi-Oh. It's huge.
That's really weird, actually. Like sometimes, I know it's like strange for me to say this myself. Sometimes I'm like, I don't even know like what's going on. Like I don't even know like, do I deserve this? Was this even my work? Am I like doing? Because I mean, seriously, like when you think about like us, just all of us, like a couple of years ago, it's like who's gonna watch like Yu-Gi-Oh like this much? You know what I mean? But like I guess people do. Like people like this stuff, and
Yeah,
it
I
just
mean,
that's awesome to me.
it works out, and man, God, I feel like it was just yesterday. I remember you posting about having 100K, and here we are at like quadruple that. It's
Yeah,
great to
but
see, because I mean, it's just good for everyone, right? Like you are literally like just an advertisement reel for the game.
yeah,
You
which
know?
is cool, even though that doesn't always. The companies that should recognize that don't always recognize it, but we won't
Yeah,
talk about that.
crazy, right?
Yeah, it's strange how that happens.
What? So okay, you don't need to go too in detail with it, but like you haven't done any work in a while. Is there any reason for that, or
Any
do you
work
just not?
like Konami stuff?
Yeah.
How much? Okay, all right. How much do? How? What's on or off the table here? Like, what should I? Because I mean, like,
I mean,
I.
we'll stay. Well, of course, we'll stay civil,
Okay, yeah,
But
okay. I mean, so truthfully speaking, like, Konami's not all that fun to work with. Like, I'll be honest. I mean, like, I know some people are into that. Like, some people really like, they do their Konami stuff, and like, I'm not saying it's bad or good. I'm just saying, like, sometimes for me, I just can't like get behind because they're really picky about things and like really restrictive about like, hey, don't say this. Hey, like, don't show too much of this. I mean, eh, eh. Like, I don't know. I
it's
mean, that.
I mean, I had a lot of positive experiences, and I'll always be thankful for the opportunities I had. And for the
You know
most
what it is
part,
for you though? You have Konami EU, and that's I think a big difference too, right?
I s- I yeah, I don't know how, in the grand scheme of things, how differently they're run, at least in terms of like the influencer stuff.
Yeah,
But
yeah, I don't know. It's Konami. Okay, I can say this. I know that like Konami in North America is kind of like pretty tight-lipped, pretty restrictive. Konami in the EU, like because you've gotten to stream. Okay, when you stream those remote duel like extravaganzas and stuff, like is that you like? Are they just like, hey, here you can stream this? Like, or are you just like kind of? Because I've seen that you've done those. Like, I have no
yeah,
clue.
I don't know. I don't know how it works either. To tell
Yeah.
you the truth, the way I understand it is that it's like like an OTS, like a store, like runs the event for them, outsourced,
Oh, okay. So it
and
lets you.
so they let me stream.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, I hear you.
it's pretty much that dynamic. Now, obviously, Konami are okay with it, but it's not like I'm not doing it for Konami. I'm doing it for like a store, if
Yeah.
you know what I
Okay.
mean.
I
So
hear you.
I think is
I've
the
got,
logic.
I've got a question for you then, actually. It's not related to that really. It's just something that's probably going to happen soon. Master Duel. What are your thoughts on this?
Oh,
I
just
have
in
not actually.
general.
Yeah, well, I mean, like in general, the game, the content, like just the community and how like everyone thinks about it. Because like honestly, I haven't talked to anyone about this game. Like besides like I haven't like talked to any like YouTuber or like streamer. I
Yeah.
just know it's happening. Like, what do you think about it?
Well, I mean, I'm in two minds about it, right? Because on the one hand, it's going to change like the face of the game, right? Like they are
Hmm.
pushing it so hard, because they've confirmed before we even know anything about the game that yes, this will give you a path to worlds. So there, it has that fundamental cemented competitive path that people will go online and grind and literally go to worlds for Master Duel.
Hmm.
So they are very serious about it, which is awesome and it's fun. Um, the
But
only,
what's the
but I'm,
downside?
but I'm apprehensive because if you're familiar with any of the structures in Duel Links, it's very
Pay to win.
inaccessible for people.
Yeah. I That's actually funny you mentioned that because like I've been looking at like trying to play a little Duel Links myself. That's not a lie. Like I legitimately have never really played it myself. I mean, like a couple of friends have, and I was just like, wow, you really have to just kind of like buy gems and like suffer and just like if so I mean if they did the same thing with Master Duel, it's just gonna be like, yep, money, money, money. Like money is like how you survive in this entire thing.
Yeah,
Like I
I
hope it's
mean,
not like that, but I mean we know it's a Yu-Gi-Oh game, so I mean
well, to give you some perspective, I spent like 175 today on the new Pendulum just came out in Duel Links. So I spent like
mhm.
about 150, 175 on like the new cards, just trying to get freaking second Sky Iris, which was hell. Um, and I don't have any extra deck cards. That was the main deck. So
Yeah, see that's Jesus Christ. I mean, like, and I feel like with Master Duel, if it's like that, where people you just kind of have to like a couple $100 just to sort of get like I'm like, that sounds awful, but then I'm like, you know what? Is that much different than like Yu-Gi-Oh right now, like playing in real life? I mean, because
well, I mean, the difference is that in real life you can
I guess you
pick
get
the
to keep the
card.
cards though. So
Well, even digital or not, the point is like you if I want Sky Iris, I can go to like TCG Player Card Market and purchase the card. But the way it
if
works in
singles is an option, yeah.
yeah, in Duel Links, it's imagine you had to pull your cards through random boosters. Like that would just be insane.
Yeah.
Like that just isn't doable.
Yeah. And I mean, not to mention like also with like these digital games, it's like if like a format rotates, there's just like no way. Like I mean, like because I mean in like physical Yu-Gi-Oh, like I can sell stuff if I think the ban list is gonna hit something or whatever. I can sell it or like trade it off. But it's like in a game like that, ban list might just sort of feel more because I mean you can't do anything with the cards once you've gotten them. They're in your inventory, and then oh, ban list hit it, and I
Hmm.
didn't get to like recoup the gems or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, well, I mean that's where a lot of other games do it really well. I mean, I always compare it to Hearthstone, and I mean, people might disagree and say Hearthstone isn't a good example, but at least like if I don't want a card that I pulled in Hearthstone, I can dust it, and there's a
Yeah, I was
crafting
wondering if
system.
they were gonna have that. I doubt it. I mean, Konami probably doesn't want it.
There's no crafting system in Duel Links, and
Yeah,
probably I assume they're gonna use the same model for what's it called
Master
for
Duel. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I mean,
So
that sucks. But on the bright side, cool game, right? Looks
yeah, I
nice.
mean, it's visually it looks beautiful. Competitively, it's the new big thing for anyone who is interested in online play.
My
And
question for you: are you going to stream like that instead of like whenever you would play Undueling Book or like anything else? Like, would you like just play Master Duel instead?
yeah, no, I think so, right? Because people just want to see like the standard, right? The official thing, right? Like when Duel Links is like its own format and stuff. You can play Duel Links on EDO Pro, or you can play Duel Links on Dueling Book, but no one
Mhm.
does that, right? Because why would you? You know, it's like the prime, measurement and barometer for like success in Duel Links is to play on Duel Links, right? You don't go to a secondary platform for that. And I
Yeah,
feel like it's going to be the same for online Yu-Gi-Oh, right? Why would you go anywhere else?
yeah.
Except for Master Duel. People will just, whether they like it or
I mean,
not.
I've heard people saying like I'm sticking to.
Chat, am I DCing? Hello, chat. It's not me, is it?
But yeah, um,
I think we're
I
having connection issues. It's
it
not me, is it,
might
chat?
be. Let's see. It looked like it was down for a second. Looks like it's back now.
I think I'm all good on
Yeah, it looks like
uh
it's back now.
on my end here. Yeah, sorry, you were saying Konami pulled the plug on him.
Yeah. Oh God. Sorry. I ruined this. It's
Yeah,
my
so you were
fault.
saying you said people were going to
Yeah. I mean, I've heard like people say like they want to like stick with Dueling Book and stick with EDO Pro and stuff. But I mean, I'm with you. I think like people will
yeah.
just play Master Duel. That's what I want to do. I just want to play Master Duels all day. Like it actually makes me like want to play more Yu-Gi-Oh. Is that weird? Like I don't know how much like I guess because I know you like go to local sometimes and stuff, but like how much like physical Yu-Gi-Oh have you been playing in the last maybe year, 2 years? Have you found like because I found myself personally not playing as much like just in-person Yu-Gi-Oh, but like I think with Master Duel, like I want to just like wake up and just pop on Master Duel and just like play for hours. Like I feel like it'll make it easier for me.
Yeah. Well, in real life, I have a deck. I own a deck. And I've always owned a deck throughout most of COVID. And I
Mhm.
would enter like a couple of like remote duel events here and there, but I didn't enter anywhere near as much as I probably should have. But yeah, I did get on the remote duel hype, and it was cool. Like, it's fun. Like, I guess it's a very unique position for us because having cards and physically playing and making content is like beneficial. Whereas I guess if I was just a regular player, I'm pretty sure I would have just been pieced out, like been on a break for a year or two. Um,
Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah, I played a little bit of remote stuff, and it was a good time. Like, I know people gave it like a lot of shit at first, but like, yeah, I don't mind. I mean, remote was cool.
Where are
It's a
you
good
at
time.
with competitive Yu-Gi-Oh in general? Because I feel like the last time I saw you was YCS Fort Worth. Didn't you like bubble with like Gren Maju or something?
Yeah, that was a fun story. So, I actually that
That's
was like
like
a
the most
period of
random
time.
thing ever. Like, oh, Team APS, the people who do these like structure deck content and stuff. Like, oh yeah, by the way, like he like almost topped with Gren Maju. Like, oh
Yeah, no,
okay.
that's pretty much. I mean, so the thing is with like competitive Yu-Gi-Oh and stuff is like people might like watch some of these videos and be like, oh, okay, like he just must be like goofing around, like not know how to play. But I mean, like I've played like competitive Yu-Gi-Oh for like the better part of 10 years. I mean, like I take breaks and stuff, but usually what I'll do is like I kind of like have like a stint or something. Like that time when we like YCS Fort Worth was what like late 2019, like maybe October or something like that.
Hmm.
And so like that was like I'd gone to like 2 or 3 straight regionals and like OTSs just every weekend leading up to that. So I was like, okay, I'm going to go to this regional in this location. I'm going to go to like this OTS, this other one. I'm going to go to another regional, and then like I was topping it off with like this YCS. So like I was in a, and I was like, taking it super seriously too. Like I was play testing. I was like, actually, I wasn't just like, oh, I'll just show up, meet some fans, and like scrub out and exist. No, I mean, I was like, okay, I really want to like do well here, and like I was going into maybe the 5th or 6th round or something, uh, doing really well, and then my deck got stolen, and then I was depressed, and I ended up like getting it back. But yeah, like
Oh
that's
yeah, I remember that.
yeah. So I mean, like it
Oh,
was,
that's
but the thing was, like leading up to that event, I'd gotten like an invite. I'd gotten like another invite from the OTS. It wasn't first place though; it was like second place or something. So I mean, like I was like on a roll, and like sometimes that's how it is with me, like with competitive Yu-Gi-Oh. Like I pretty much just kind of like I'll not play for some months, and then I'll like have a 1 or 2 month period where I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna like go all in and like just like take this super duper seriously for like maybe one whole format, and then eventually when that ends, I'll be like, okay, I hate this game again. I'm playing structure decks now, but I mean, but it's fun. Like honestly, people, I think like everybody needs to like try to like really compete sometimes, but don't do it all the time. Like sometimes, like got the friends I know in real life who compete like literally like every week, they get burnt out and then they start like hating the game, being like, "Oh my god, I fucking hate this game. It's so awful," and all that stuff. Like I think like on and off is like the best way to go, at least for me.
I think for any gaming medium, like you aren't a true competitive player unless you like hate the game you play at some point.
Yeah, you have to, dude. Like I feel like part of the like success comes from like you almost have to hate Yu-Gi-Oh a little to be like good at it.
Yeah.
Which, or at least to like get results. Like if you're enjoying yourself too much, then like you probably don't want it hard enough or something. I don't know. Maybe that's like a mean way to put it, but I feel like you kind of have to like hate it a little bit.
Yeah, I guess,
I
it's just a
I hate
form of
it.
like being serious about it, right? And being really passionate and dedicated. So,
Yeah, you gotta get like I feel like you're not enjoying it unless you get like pissed off when you lose and like get you get sacked and like you just hand trapped and like oh I got in a brood round whatever and like you kind of gotta have it just a little bit of it so that way
yeah.
you know what you're fighting for. I don't know.
Mm.
It's corny as hell, but whatever. It's a way to put it.
So what are you doing on like a personal level? Because you guys are Team APS, but I suppose it's like kind of really your channel, right?
Yeah, I mean it is. Like right now, honestly, I'm trying to sort of figure out like what I want to do with like I know like Sam recently was like moved into a studio or got like a studio of some kind set up. He was telling me I don't know exactly what the specifics of that are. And like I'm basically trying to kind of do the same thing. Like I'm trying to like make it more of like a like I want to have a studio where there's just like cards and like camera stuff and it's all like kind of static and it's easier to record and like I can kind of do like a work life separation that way too. Because like I'm guessing you like stream from your house, which I guess for streaming it's a little bit different. It's like you just like sort of live where you work in a way. But
Yeah.
like I'm almost like at the point where I kind of want to just like, you know, because I can't be productive when I'm like my bed's like right behind me and like my kitchen's like right, it's just like so that's kind of
Mm.
what I've been trying to do. And like Sam has a studio and he gets like have all his Yu-Gi-Oh stuff in there and like it looks really cool. So like I want to have something with that. I know like yeah, like stuff like that. Like that's sort of what I've been working on. And I
Yeah,
mean, like
random
as
interesting point is I'm sure you know PewDiePie, but I think like earlier in his life when he was like getting really big and stuff, he just had like the regular, apartment setup and stuff.
Mhm.
But it got so, bad to the point where you mix personal and work so much that it was just
yeah,
intolerable. And
it's
he
crazy.
he like like, because he was making a lot of money at the time, he could just do it. He like hired out like a whole like office space, and that became his. So he would like physically leave the house, go, this is where I work,
Yep,
and then come back home, right? And that's a lot of money to spend, but at the same time, like that's how much he valued like that separation, because you need that. Like, doesn't matter how much you love Yu-Gi-Oh, doesn't matter how much like you enjoy it, like regardless of how much you love your job, you still need that like balance and that separation. So
100%,
I can't
a hundred
recommend it
percent.
enough. Like, I used to
Yeah,
stay
and I
with.
mean, same
Go
with
ahead.
editors too. Like, I mean, I know you've like, do you have two editors now? Is that
Yeah. Yeah, so
yeah, like
Vlad is my
that type
stream
of thing.
highlighter, and Gabe does my like sit down discussions and stuff.
Yeah, and like I feel like that too. Like, because I mean, imagine if you were like sitting here streaming all this. Because I mean, you stream like every day as it is, and then now it's like a subathon where you're literally not even stopping.
Yeah,
So just imagine if like okay, subathon's over, and like now you still have to like chop up this VOD and like turn that into something. It's just like just crazy. And plus, it
yeah,
gives me more time to like actually play Yu-Gi-Oh for myself. Because like when I'm playing for like a video, it's like a little bit different since I have to kind of
feels like
do
work,
it.
right?
Yeah, because it's more like work, and like when we like do these dual videos, like I'm always like saying the card name and the effect very clearly, and like kind of I gotta make sure that like I'm looking in the camera, like putting the cards in the right spot. And it's like it's more like like mechanical and stuff.
Mm,
But like when I just want to play for fun, like it's harder to do that. So I feel like if I can like get more stuff off my plate, then I can actually like build my own decks and just like go to local sometimes and not have it be like for a video or whatever. So
yeah, it frees up like so much time. It was the best decision I made, because it's like you stream, 5 hours a day, and then what am I gonna do after that? You have your regular human necessities of eat and chores and stuff like that, and then it's like, okay, well now I'm gonna sit down and edit a video, and it's like almost working like two jobs, right?
mhm.
So yeah, it was cannot
And it's
recommend it
weird because
enough.
like the thing that like combines them is a hobby. So it's like that. So like Yu-Gi-Oh is it's like between work and like something that you do for fun because like we all play Yu-Gi-Oh because we like Yu-Gi-Oh and like we got into it just as a thing we want to play. But then it's like if it is partly work but also partly play, then like it just where do you find the line? So that's where I'm
Yeah.
trying to get better at.
Hmm.
Don't
Yeah,
know
no,
how
it
else
makes
going.
sense. So what's on the horizon for Team APS? Are you working on anything? Any projects or something like that coming up, or?
Well, you know what's kind of sad about that? I look at like people like Simo or like Sam, and it feels like they're always like way more organized than me. Like, because like if they're like Simo's got like 5 progression series happening right now, and I'm just sitting here like I don't even know how he does
Yeah.
that. Like,
What he has, it's essentially like many TV shows just running consecutively, which is great because I mean it's just infinite content, right? Like you never have to you know, worry about um
yeah,
innovating
yeah,
upon it per se.
yeah. Like I guess like it's really easy and convenient, and like Sam's like the same way. Like he's got Duel Night, and then like you guys just started that structure deck thing, and then like there's like one other segment he's doing, and it's like I don't actually have like anything planned out. I'm not lying. Like I just sometimes I'm like, okay, well, I'm lucky if I can have like the next 2 videos set in stone. So, like I kind of try to buy. I have this weird thing where I just buy Yu-Gi-Oh product and fit it in after the fact. So like I'll just buy a bunch of structure decks and then like we'll just figure out where they fit in later.
Hmm.
So like
I mean, I think it's like, um, maybe you feel like a little bit disheartened in that because, like, you feel maybe a little bit less organized. But I mean, everyone works differently, right? Like, some people just, naturally have that creative flow, just go out and do what you said. Like, you just kind of piece it together afterwards, right? And, I guess some other people like, like Simo have that like structure and that's what works well for them. And, I guess everyone's different and clearly it's
yeah.
working like really well for you. So it's,
I think the next thing I want to like actually try to do is I want to figure out something with like Master Duel and Duel Links. Like I want to play these games and like not just me, like Alec and like other people on the channel. Like we all kind of want to like play these games for to some degree, and so we're trying to figure out like is that like you know another channel like where I could do something like that? Is that something that I want to like stream on Twitch? Is it yeah, just like what's the best way to approach it? And like I honestly have no clue right now, and I guess I have to figure it out soon because I mean Master Duel's probably coming out soon, so.
I think I'm sure if you have like some kind of way to incorporate um that other kind of content into your regular style of, the whole like sit down kind of group thing and the vlog style thing,
Mhm.
I think it could work really well.
How would you like? Because I mean, I don't stream on Twitch, and I've never. I mean, like I did it very sparsely several years ago, and I feel
Mm.
like Yu-Gi-Oh on Twitch is like way different. Like, what would you say is the way? Like, like what? If you even if that's even like something that you know. I mean, I don't know. It's probably kind of fluid, but
I mean, you're super lucky because you have a massive platform, so it wouldn't be hard to grow a base at all. But I mean, first things first, you need to ask yourself, is that something you want to do? Like, can you imagine yourself sitting planted in the same spot for hours on end, essentially putting on a show, right? Because it isn't just, um, you know, a lot of people think like, oh, if I just sit in front of a camera and people give me lots of money, right? That's how it works. But no, it's more than that, right? You have to develop like a community, these relationships, these events, and you need like a certain type of charisma. Like, it's something like you have to think about because it isn't just a case of, um, doing something like that. And I mean, I think it could work really well for you guys if you have like a group of people. But your biggest advantage is I actually just wouldn't stream on Twitch because you have YouTube, and that's really popular and it's growing
yeah,
as a
that's
streaming
true.
service.
Yeah,
I
I
would
mean,
use that as my base.
yeah, I thought about that. I don't know if like anyone streams Yu-Gi-Oh on YouTube, but I mean, like, I guess that might be like more reason to do it or something. I don't really know. I because I mean, like when I look at like your streams, I find that it almost feels like I'm not trying to like kiss ass here, but like I really do think that what you're doing is kind of fun compared to what a lot of other like people do. Because it's like I like watching reactions to what other people are doing, if that makes sense. And I feel like that's something that I only really get out of like your stream and like a couple others here and there. Because
I
it's
mean,
like,
if you just look at like the generic popular Twitch streamers, like what do, right? They're entertaining, charismatic people, right? Like there aren't
mm,
actually that many streamers who are hugely popular because they are extremely good at something, right? Like obviously there are
mm,
people, I'm going to watch Hikaru because he's the best like chess streamer. I'm going to watch like Shroud because he's the best FPS player. That's obviously a market. Um, but the majority, the predominantly, it's people who are just really, fun to
it's
listen to,
funny.
and
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, like I don't see how like you and NBT and all that, like I just don't know how you guys do it. But then I'm like, but I like it, so I know that that you're definitely doing something good. Like I don't
Yeah.
know, because like for me, I guess not like a funny person per se. Like, I don't know that I could like do a good job reacting to stuff. But when I watch Twitch, that's what I like to see. Because like I don't want to like sit and watch someone just sort of like be clicking on Dueling Book, but I do like watching someone making fun of people kind of like just sitting on Dueling. No, right? I mean, like it's I don't know. Is that feels like that's like what your stream is sometimes. I'm like, this is what I'm more here for this. Like I don't know. I like it because it's like I don't know, like if you have to like duel, then like you've got like chat and they're all like angry because you misplayed or like you know, just like that type of thing. But if you're just watching people, because like Coder will do those streams where he's literally just like doing judge calls, and to me, that's more fun to watch because I'm just like, okay, what are these like random scrubs on Dueling Book like arguing over today? And and he just has to go in and he's just like, okay, like you're both wrong, like this is how it works. And then it's like these guys are both idiots, on to the next call. And like to me, that's more fun. Like I don't know, I don't want to like watch because I mean like I know how the combos work, that's fun, but it's like I want to see someone just kind of like shit on them and then like go to the next person and then like kind of not like shit on them like in a bad way, but like it's in good fun. It's just more exciting that way.
Yeah. I don't
I
know.
don't
I
know.
mean, everyone's different, right? Like everyone has their niche, and I suppose that's just like the identity that you would have to create and craft for yourself, and everything is trial and error. I mean, I've
Oh
tried
my
everything.
god. And table 500, sorry, yeah. Table 500. Also, that is gold. So that's just
Yeah,
gold.
no,
I
I
don't know.
mean that table 500 came about from a lot of trial and error, and I think it's in a really good spot and a really good place now. Um, and it really just comes down to like this. Like I had someone subscribe to me for the 58th month, today. So that person has been like subbed every month since I got my sub button, right? And my channel has gone through like 10 different iterations and transformations over time. And slowly but surely you like find your thing that you like and what works for you, and you know, um
Are you
it's
happy with like where you are on Twitch?
I mean, yeah, I mean, I think so. I feel like I'm at a point now where I'd like to maybe develop myself a little bit outside of Yu-Gi-Oh, and I have been trying that, and it's been okay. Yeah, it's
Like
uh
develop in what way? I'm not.
like play other games or talk about like politics or other things that I find that like really interesting. Just literally other interests, like because I am, there's more things that I'm into, and I'm way more uh
Some
3D than just Yu-Gi-Oh, I suppose, right? So
Yeah, 100%. Sometimes I actually think like because like we're friends on Facebook and like I feel bad. I guess like some of these like people in chat will never know Nadir's Facebook. I laugh every time you share things on Facebook. Like
I
all
don't
the
share as
like
much as I used to because
yeah,
I
yeah,
hate
you
the
stopped.
yeah
There was a period of time where I would wake because our time zones are different. And so I would wake up every morning and it would be like, oh God, like he's shared like these 4 or 5 memes. And like they're never the memes that are like, oh, it's kind of this is like lighthearted fun, whatever, everyone's posting this meme. It'll always be something that's like got some edge to it, and I'm like, I agree with this. Like this is a good kind of meme. And it just makes me
yeah.
think like the people in like on the channel might be like missing out. Like people in the channel might think like, oh, Farfa's just table 500 Yu-Gi-Oh stuff and a giant tour guide back there. But like literally I'm just like laughing at these memes because I'm like I know like I can relate so much. Like cuz I'm, into just politics. I'm into like other games. Like I sometimes kind of wish that variety stuff could be a thing too. So
Yeah, Twitch is the perfect platform for that because you can. I don't think. I mean,
it's
I don't
way
know.
easier on Twitch, I think. Like YouTube, it's like
Yeah,
YouTube, you change something one day, like they
you
might
know,
they
like if
might
you
be like, all
imagine
right,
yourself
done
in a
with you.
if you
Yeah.
imagine yourself in a position where you're live on stream and then like someone in Twitch chat says something and then like that leads to like a tangent of a certain discussion and then
Yep.
suddenly your beliefs and values and core identity starts to maybe come out a little bit, and you talk about that, and then maybe some people don't like the fact that you believe a certain thing or do something a certain way, etc. Twitch is dangerous in that way because you can really step on toes, but at the same time, I guess, like I said, it is about finding your identity and what kind of content, I suppose, that you want to produce, right?
I saw someone in the chat just now that's just like, you go variety on YouTube and like the algorithm literally throws you in the dumpster. Yeah, it sucks. But like Twitch is like a little bit more accessible for that, for sure. So I mean, I almost wonder like what would happen sometimes. This is a crazy idea, but like what if Sam once was like, we should do like a Yugi-tuber house or whatever, which that idea on the surface actually kind of sounds crazy and horrible, but like it also could be a lot of fun. Because like, I mean, imagine if we like he was like, yeah, like let's rent out an Airbnb like the week before YCS and just like throw all the Yugi tubers in there and like throw all the streamers in there and like just make content and see what happens. Would that be a horrible idea? Like, what do you think that's like the best idea in the world or like recipe for disaster?
Well, it's really funny because Triff came on my stream yesterday and he was like, "Bro, I'm gonna get all the good Yugi tubers and we're gonna go to Mexico." Like,
oh god, oh god, okay.
Damn, I don't know. I mean, it'd be cool like to have as a project, but I mean, as like a streamer, like YouTuber house thing, like no, not something I would do. I think it's cool, but I wouldn't want to do that.
Do you mean that like you wouldn't want to do it as like a one-time thing or like a permanent thing?
Oh, like a one-time thing, like maybe, yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, yeah, that's where I am with it. Because like Sam was talking about that, and like Triff, I think mentioned it to me one time. This is maybe a year ago. I don't know. He's like, yeah, like I think he wanted like he or Sam or one of them, somebody wanted like a permanent house. Like we're all just in this house, like the Team 10 house or whatever, Jake Paul or some crap. And he's like, yeah, like we just make content every day. And I was just like, oh god, I don't think I can handle that much. That's just it's too much.
It's you gotta really like think about like the practicalities of that, right? Because it's it's like okay, hell, to be honest. So practically like what I work and do your content on your channel now, right? And I'm featured on it. Okay, so what do we do monetarily? Because I got to eat, right? So is it there's real practical things you have to think about there that doesn't really work for YouTube.
I mean, not to mention like it's too many cooks in the kitchen, in my opinion. Like I don't know how those YouTuber houses even manage. Like are those like TikTok houses and like all the I was like, how do people?
Dude, I'm way too old for that. I'm just such a boomer. I don't know how that.
No, same here. Like because it's always like these 18-year-old kids and like it's just like 12 of them in some mansion.
Yeah,
and they're just making
TikToks.
How do you? I don't know how this works. I couldn't. I don't think that I have like enough. I can't. I just can't. Like, no way. I don't know. And then even if it's Yu-Gi-Oh, like I like Yu-Gi-Oh. Don't get me wrong, but like, I don't know, like 24 hours of it just with like. Oh, okay, but I will say one other thing though that is related. It's made me think like this would be the funnest idea, and I want to hear your thoughts on this. Not like in real life, like this would never technically happen. What if there was like Yugi-tuber Island, right? Or like those like survival house things where it'll be like, okay, like 12 participants are all put in this house for like 2 weeks, and each day like someone's voted off, and there's like challenges. And like Yugi-tubers and streamers had to do it. Who would you want to be like? Who has to be in that house? And like, who's getting voted off? I want to know your thoughts on this.
Well, I'm voting Triff off immediately.
Yeah, okay.
He's like I love Triff, but I can imagine him being probably like the worst like roommate ever. Like Triff is amazing and stuff, and he's hilarious, and I love him, but I could not survive like living with someone like him. Just being completely honest.
Yeah, I saw someone in chat. Someone in chat said like Simo would try so hard. You know what? They're right. I love Alex to death. Great guy, but I feel like Simo would definitely be like this. Just he's gonna try really hard to win. Whatever winning means in this game, I feel like he would be the guy who'd be like, okay, like I've sort of calculated everything and I'm going to do everything optimally and like, you know, win this thing. I don't even know like what the rules would be. I feel like Alex would try to win. He would try to like make loads of alliances. It'd be like a whole just a whole thing.
Sam would have the he'd be there just for the content.
Yeah, Sam would be there for the content 100%.
Yeah.
He'd be like screaming and yelling and just like I that real quick on Sam too. Every time like people like are in these videos, we're like, oh, I think Sam's so fake and loud and crazy. But like every time, like when you meet
It's
Sam in
not
real
true, is
life,
it?
it's he's not fake. Like he really
That
is
is who he
pretty.
is.
Yeah, that's who he is. He's pretty
Yes, like
crazy.
that's crazy.
He,
Like people think like, oh, he's like overreacting and like that's no. That is Sam. Like
that's Sam, 100% Sam. He
yeah.
like actually, it's crazy because like he's like that, and like it's like also part of the work ethic. Like I don't know if anyone's ever seen Sam record a video, but when I was at that little Konami Community Day thing, this is like 2 years ago now. But like he was like recording something about whatever the set was, and like the moment he makes a mistake, he just immediately starts like speaking from where he stopped. So he'll be like, "Yeah, this set has a lot of good. Yeah, this set has a lot of good cards," and like it's just almost like super rapid fire, and like he can just turn the like I want to say he's turning the energy on, but like no, he's just like that. Like Sam's
Yeah,
just crazy.
working a lot with Sam, like behind the scenes and stuff. It's people think he's like all fun and games and like haha, like XD child reactor basically, but he is a
Nah,
machine when it comes to making
he's a
content.
workaholic.
Yeah.
Now, would he survive in a YouTuber house though?
I don't know about that.
That I'm not sure. What would you do in a
Alex would
YouTuber house?
also
Are you gonna be like
relate
just
every single
live
thing that
IRL
happened.
streaming the whole thing?
Well, that's like I guess I'd be essentially cheating, right? Because I don't have to like sit and record and send off footage or anything, right? I would just like I don't know have some kind of cameraman and we would just like stream the entire time because I can imagine it would be very fun to watch live.
Yeah.
In videos maybe as not, but like it would actually be really cool to like just watch live on Twitch, just like us as people interacting with one another with all of our dysfunctional like
Horrible
outside
personalities
of
that we all
reality
have.
personalities.
Yeah, no, that's 100% true. I feel like MBT would be so much fun to have. I would love having MBT in like a YouTuber
I can't
house.
wait to meet Joseph, dude. Like he is oh my god. I love that guy. He's so funny.
It sucks because like I feel like there was like some event where we were all going to be going to, and that's right when COVID hit. And YCS, I don't even know what the YCS was. So YCS, whatever. But like we were gonna meet, and like everyone, like a bunch of people were gonna be like Simo and I had like some collab we were gonna do. It was like something with buying some bulk from vendors or something, and like having a duel. And we were like, yeah, okay, we're gonna do this at this event, and then like boom, COVID. So
Mm. The
oh, that,
did you hear about like the YCS Brazil? Because that was like the event,
oh,
the last
was
one that was
that
supposed to happen.
was that the one where like literally right after pre-reg day it got canceled?
Yeah, so they straight up had like people pre-regging and like showing up like on the Friday, maybe even the Saturday, and like they had like people in like masks and like lab coats like taking temperatures of players as they were
Uh,
coming in, and then they just made like this last minute decision like okay, we're canceling the YCS. It was crazy.
yeah. By the way, are when YCSs do come back, like are you gonna be like at the very first YCS back type of thing or
I don't know, like so I don't. Did you hear about Pasadena?
yeah, do we know? I mean, I heard that's just canceled and like I think they'd already canceled it and Konami was just like they called up the convention center like, hey, take this off your website. Like this isn't supposed to be here. These people found this and we already can't like I think they'd canceled it before we found out about it. And then that the convention center just still had it up, like, because
Yeah.
whatever.
Um. Well, I believe that the event is probably going to happen. And I think that
Oh,
it's
you think it's gonna happen? Hmm,
yeah. I
okay.
think I think it's just the case that the convention center put it up too early on the website, so it got leaked to us. But obviously Konami hasn't officially announced it. But I'm pretty sure it is like
Okay.
gonna happen.
Are you
As
gonna
for
be
like
there?
yeah, so that's the thing. I mean, I did check flights. It's literally cheaper for me to go there than to like go to some places in Europe right now because of all the tests and stuff you have to take. So it all racks up. But I don't know. It's weird, right? Because I do take COVID like really seriously, and I'm very I wouldn't say I'm like germophobic, but I'm not very social. Like it's crazy,
No,
right? I'm a Twitch streamer, right? But I'm actually not like really super social as a person.
no, that's
Um,
every. I feel like that's like every Twitch streamer too.
yeah,
Like it
maybe.
just, well, no, I mean, because like on Twitch, I mean, I feel like you kind of get to be in your element. But like, I'm the same way at YCS like events and stuff, and like other big gatherings. Like, it's not that I'm like mean, but I mean, like, I don't know that I'm like just jumping in and out of conversations with everybody, and like I have a social battery that I can exhaust pretty quickly. And
Yeah,
also, I mean, I think like at a Yu-Gi-Oh event too, it's it's just so many people. Like, because people are going to be dying to go to the event. Like, it's already like those California YCSs are already pretty big. That's just the normal thing. Like in general,
yeah.
those are the ones that get a couple thousand people sometimes. But then also like everyone's been like locked inside, and people want to play Yu-Gi-Oh so badly right now. And I'm one of them. I mean, I want to go to an event. I really do. But it's like, man, do I want the first YCS back to be like 3,000 people crammed in this room and just like,
On the flip side, it's also worrying because it's like, you book your tickets and you go through all of this stuff and travel and accommodation and expenses, and then you get there and it's like, well, I think they'll probably have COVID measures in place, right? Like spread out tables, probably a player cap for the venue, and then it's
I
like,
was
oh,
I
okay,
was thinking
well,
there'd be a player cap.
yeah, so
Yeah.
it's I mean, that's also a factor, but I don't know, like COVID's like just warped everything for me, like even outside of Yu-Gi-Oh! Like I used to go to the gym like every day, and like COVID hit, and I have done zero physical exercise since, because I don't know, just the thought of
No,
like being in
Sin.
a closed space with other people and stuff. I can't bring myself to do that.
I also, I mean, like I'm in the United States. You know all about the United States.
Oh yeah.
I'm in like the southern United States where like
I actually don't know
it's
what state you're from. I don't know if that's like
so okay.
I don't know if you can say that.
No, it's cool. I'm Louisiana, right? So
Okay.
like it's the South. People down here are not super,
Smart.
smart all the time, and people don't, they're like, you're not making me wear a mask. COVID's a hoax. Bernie
Wow.
Sanders invented it in a lab with China. Like there are people who like we laughing about it, but like they actually think this type of thing, and people don't like masks. And so basically, like I mean, people around here are pretty crazy. You hear about like Florida man and like Louisiana's like barely better, right? So it's I dealing with COVID just through that alone has already been like I already see how like people can be pretty stupid about, just things
Yeah.
and like not care about stuff. So then it makes me think like
Some of them
I
will be
already
Yu-Gi-Oh players, right?
yeah, like some of them will be Yu-Gi-Oh players, and so like we're gonna be at this YCS, and there's gonna be people who like I've been in all you people in chat who've been to YCS, you guys know if you go to like bathrooms at a YCS, it's disgust. Like people don't wash their hands, people don't do anything. Like people don't like shower before events as it is, but like I've been in the bathroom at like these YCSs at these convention centers, and I just watch people literally walk from the urinal back outside to their next round. It's like a
Have you ever
real
seen
thing.
that picture at a YC? I don't know if it was a YCS or like a Magic event or something, but it was really funny. It was this convention center, and you just had like the toilets. And there was like two doorways, and then you had one and it said men, and then the other one had like this plaster poster across it, and it just said men again. They just converted the because like, there's no like there was
Yeah,
basically
that's
statistically no
yeah.
not a lot
There's
of
no
girls
girls
go, so
here.
they just made it
No,
for both men.
no. They did that at a YCS I was at. I
Really?
feel no. I feel like I've been to a YCS where this happened, where they were just like they
Wow.
turned one bathroom that was like the women's bathroom, and it was just like there was like a sign. It was just like, yeah, this one's open for everybody today or whatever. And
Wow.
I guess they've done something to change it, but yeah, like, but that's the thing. I've been to these Yu-Gi-Oh events. I watched people literally like not wash their hands and like walk outside to their round. And so, I mean, I just don't have a lot of faith in I don't know. I just feel like a
Yeah.
3,000 person YCS will be a little weird for like the
It's
first one
crazy because
back.
you think it changes people's habits. Because like after COVID, I find myself like washing my hands like 2 or 3 times a day outside
I
of like needing the
I
bathroom. Like I will wash my hands after I sit and shuffle my deck. You know.
this is like I have so much like I've got like so much just like hand sanitizer everywhere.
Mm.
Like I have it on my desk, I have it in my car. Like I wash my hands like way more than I ever did. And like I'm even, like vaccinated and all that stuff, but I mean like I still wear a mask. It's because I mean like I don't know, like I think it's made me think where even if COVID were to 100% disappear, I still feel like I'd keep most of the habits
Yeah, it's like
and
warped everything.
yeah, just like change my perspective. And then I'm gonna be at like a Yu-Gi-Oh event where like, man, you're already gonna shuffle your opponent's deck and like kind of touch their card sleeves a lot and read cards, and it's so I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
it,
But
it's eh.
yeah, so I don't know, real life events, I personally I just find it really daunting, you know. Even just going to locals sometimes, like I always wear my mask all the time. Some people take it off like when they're sitting like at their table and stuff, and I just find myself like
Mm,
really paranoid about it. I mean, I'm double vaxxed as well. I don't have any like chronic conditions that would affect me detrimentally more than anyone else of my age. So I don't know, man. It's just scary. Like, maybe I'm over like taking it too seriously, but like it really changes the dynamic of playing a physical in person card game, right?
card
I don't
game,
know.
yeah. I mean, I think that actually might have something to do with. I mean, I'm sure they've been developing like Master Duel and stuff for longer than COVID, maybe. I don't know. But I mean, I do think that in an ideal world, they probably would like a game like Master Duel to just exist alongside Duel Links and kind of be a way that people can engage and like consume Yu-Gi-Oh! And if they just don't want to go to an event, then they can just play Master Duel and then like have a road to Worlds. And Worlds is maybe the only event you travel to, and like that's an invitational where it can, of course, be socially distanced and stuff or whatever. So I mean, like that's like one thing that I think is like a good one of those really side parts of like Master Duel that's going to be really good. So
Yeah. No, definitely
at least
excited.
presumably.
I can't wait. I think
But
it's
that
gonna.
said, people want to meet you, so like that's one reason you got to go to the event. You have to
True.
meet your
Yeah.
fans.
I can't imagine like because even at like Fort Worth, I didn't know if I was even like big back then. I guess I don't know how many subs did I
Imagine
have.
what it's
I don't know.
dude, imagine what it's gonna be like if you do go to Pasadena. Like you're gonna have
Yeah.
a crowd and it's just gonna be like you know, the first time that like I was getting recognized and stuff at YCS events, I was like, okay, this is a little weird, but it's fine. But like the event back that you go to and like if you and me and all these other people like go to Pasadena or whatever, like
Especially if it's like cross continent, because like in Europe, I feel
yeah,
like a lot of people might have already have like met me, you know. But if I go to like America, it's like people have never met me before,
yeah, and
so
you have
it's like
so
really
many
scary.
you have so many US fans, dude. Like
Yeah.
you're
My
literally
YouTube
gonna be
analytics, like it's 50% US, so it's like, oh whoa, there's a lot
no,
of
you're
Americans,
literally
bro. There's a lot of
you're gonna be
brothers.
crowd surfing. Like you're gonna be crowd surfing, and like it's just it's pretty cool, but like also maybe it's a little scary because like COVID. But I
Yeah, some
mean,
Florida man's just gonna run up to me like, "Yo, Farfa, what's up?" and like hugs me, like, "Yo, dude, I love you, man." Kiss me on
he,
the like the forehead, like, "Your content's the best, brother."
he pats you on the back with his giant AR-15 or whatever, and it's just that's he smuggled it into the event, but it's not really smuggling if there wasn't security checks to begin with. It's
Oh, did you
America,
ever see
so.
that picture of me on Twitter holding a assault
Yeah,
rifle?
when you first got to, I saw that. Yeah, when you first
Yeah.
got to Texas or whatever, it's just like, welcome to America.
Yeah, first thing I did when I landed in America, I went to visit my cousin, and her husband was like, "Here you go, brother. Now you're a Texan."
Yeah, it's sad too, because like, dude, people joke about like, oh, Americans love the guns, but it's like it takes living here sometimes, especially in the South, to like really appreciate like it's kind of true. Like there are people who they're all about their guns and like, I power to them, but like, yeah, that's America. It's crazy.
I mean, not to get all political and stuff, but yeah, that personal ownership and all that kind of stuff aside, like I think it'd be cool to like try. Like, cause Sibo was like, when we met at Fort Worth, he was like, "Yo, do you want to go to the range?" And I'm just like, "Yo, I'm down.
That's the thing, like they're not like, inherently just the worst thing. It's, but like whatever. I'm not gonna bother getting into it too much, but it could be fun. Like going like that sort of activity can be like really cool. So
Yep.
like I'm all about it. And also another cool thing too is like when the events come back, like just I'm ready to meet like all these like YouTube people that I haven't even like met before. Like there's like new
Yeah,
people like
because
I've
there's been
met
like
you
a
once.
2-year gap, right? And it's like, oh, all of these different creators that have like
That's
blown
a
up
really
over
good
like
one.
COVID and
Hmm.
stuff, you know?
And
So be cool to
I don't know
interact
who
with
any
people.
of them are. I've
Yeah.
never met head-to-head battles or like, like anybody like that. I still haven't technically gotten to meet like Joseph and there's like other random people. And I'm just like, I'm gonna meet them all. And I've only met you once. So I mean like
Yeah.
and it's like in passing because it's just at a YCS, so that'd be really fun.
Well, can't wait, dude. It should be enjoyable, but it is almost my bedtime. So
Oh God, you're really so what are you okay, real quick before I go. What's what is like the route forward for this subathon? Like you're about to go to sleep now, so what's next?
yeah, so I have a schedule. I don't know if you've seen it posted on Twitter, but yeah, I just have like I like literally an hour by hour schedule of what I'm doing every single day, and I have
Hold
basically
on.
content planned
Hold on.
until Sunday. Yeah. So
Okay.
I have 6 days of content planned. If it ends before then so be it. But for now, I
So
have I
while
have
you're
something.
I'm looking right now, real quick, and I'll be done after that. Okay, so Team APS interviews. So after this Farfa cast. So what is that? Is that like reruns of stuff or
So I have hired my Discord moderators to stream for me in my absence by using TeamViewer and Discord screen share. So they stream for me for like 6-7 hours while I sleep. Because on
okay?
Twitch you're not allowed to stream yourself like sleeping, like just sleeping. So I would
I've
have
seen
to.
some streamers do that before.
Yeah, you used to be allowed
It
to,
makes
I think,
sense.
but it's not a thing anymore. So as long as
Yeah.
I have like content running, then I can like keep streaming like 24/7. So yeah,
Hmm.
that's the play.
All right. Well, thank you so much for having me on. It's been just really awesome,
Yeah,
honestly.
it's always good to catch up with you.
Hopefully
And
you reach, I guess, whatever the goal is. I'm not 100% sure.
we'll see where we're
But
at. We'll see where we're
all right,
at.
I'm gonna gift a couple more subs on my way out. And
Whoa, dude! Thank you so much, dude.
yeah, power to you. Honestly, keep it up. I hope your body survives the crash at the end. But
All
hopefully,
right,
guys enjoyed having me on. And I think, let's see, has this order gone through?
let's go.
Boom.
Team APS for
Okay.
the 5. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Chat, big love to Paul here. Big love to Team APS. Yeah, again, thank you so much for coming
Bye,
along.
everyone. Thanks
Take
for having
care.
me on.
See ya.
Check out Team APS on YouTube. See you guys later.